Hey, what's up my friends, welcome back. As you can see, this is a special video. Actually, it's not special, but it's a different video because this won't be a tutorial, maybe kind of a tutorial, but not a tutorial. And it won't be theory and I don't have a product. Anyway, since I don't have finished my project for this week, which will be with a drone, control with Wi-Fi and Bluetooth from an Arduino based PCB, which is that Watch X. Stay tuned for that. Well, since I don't have that, I thought I should share with you one part of the code that I've made for my website, electrons.io, to show tweets, to slide the tweets on my streaming platform using the OBS, because a few weeks ago, I started live streaming on my Spanish channel, and I also want to start live streaming here on this channel. This video will be posted as a premiere. So while the first minutes of this premiere, I will be live answering your questions in the comment section, or well, in the chat. Okay, so the idea goes like this. A few weeks back, I've made a live stream on my Spanish channel, and I saw that some YouTubers have the tweets. So if someone's tweets something with the hashtag, for example, Electronoobs, I want that tweet to be shown on my live stream automatically. So I didn't find that code, so I've made it myself using the Twitter API, getting the data, making the slideshow, approving and blocking some tweets because you don't want someone to tweet something that is inappropriate for your channel, so you want to block that. So I will show that. First I will show the examples, what I'm talking about, then how to use the API tools from Twitter, and then I will show you a little bit from the code. Maybe I'll share the code below on GitHub. Anyway, this code will be adapted because it has my database and my data, and I don't want to share that with you, of course, but maybe I'll leave those spaces empty and just comment what data you should put there for your database. So let's start with an example. So as you can see here, I'm on electrons.io, and now if you go to your profile, as you can see here, we have a new menu. So we go to tweet slide, and here, as you can see, you can select a keyword for your tweets. And I've prepared something with Electronoobs because on my Twitter account, I've made a few posts. Some posts will have only text, other posts will have pictures, other posts will have YouTube videos, and other posts will have MP3 files or videos or even GIF files. But when Twitter saves the GIF file will save it in an MP3 format, MP4 format. So I've made all those examples because with each block you have to work different. So let's just type here Electronoobs. I have it saved here. You can select the type of posts that you want. I usually use the recent because if you are in a live stream, you can tell your followers to just tweet something with the hashtag, with a special hashtag that only you will use. In that way, all those posts will appear here, and if you approve it, it will appear on your OBS. Let me just show you the OBS here. For example, right now I'm showing the live stream from Left Padre with the SpaceX. Here it should be my camera, but right now I don't have the webcam connected. And this is the Twitter block, and here will appear all the tweets that are using those hashtags. So let's just go back to my website. You can select the post count. So this will have a maximum of 100 because the Twitter API only let you use search for the last 100 posts. If you want more than that, you have to make double search. And this is the refresh time, and I will show you what this is in a moment. So let's just search for posts right now, and you will see that now I have all the posts that have the Electron hashtag will appear here. Why we have only these posts? Because the Twitter API will only search for posts that were made in the last 7 days. If your post was made more than 7 days, it won't appear here because the Twitter API doesn't work with that. So make sure that the post will be made during your live, because in that way you will only search for the most recent posts. So as you can see, once we have searched, we have here this button, so you can preview the slide. But the interesting part is that you can copy this link and post that in the small web browser of your OBS, and I'll show that in a moment. But let's just open the preview, and you will see that it will take a moment to load because I've placed a small delay between each slide because you don't want each slide to be one after the other because that looks very ugly. But as you can see, it's just a blank page. We don't have nothing because we haven't approved the post yet. And I've made this system, if we go back, to have a block button and an approve button, because imagine that someone will tweet something with electronoobs and plays an inappropriate picture. You don't want that to appear on your live stream because you don't have a method to control that. So in order to make that, you will have this page here to approve the post. So each time you approve something here, it will appear here on the, which was this one, here on the slideshow. So in that way you can have another person maybe in another room with your smartphone. They will share with you this page, which is the page that you have to show on your OBS while you are streaming. And in the other room, the other person could just approve and block the tweets. In that way, during your live stream, you don't have to preoccupy by the tweets and you will have those automatically on your screen. Or maybe each 10 minutes, as you can see the refresh time here that I told you before, this is each how many seconds this page will change the slide. So if you set it to 20, it will be each 20 seconds. But let's set it to 50 seconds. We click refresh posts. And now, as you can see, the refresh time is 50 seconds. So that means that your tweet will appear on your screen while you're streaming each 50 seconds. And in case that you don't have any tweet approved, you won't see anything. Okay, so let's just make an example. Let's approve all of this. Let's approve this one, approve this one, this one, this one, this one. And now if I go here to the preview page and I refresh it, it will take 4 seconds as a delay, and then you will have the tweet. And now in 15 seconds, it will refresh once again automatically, but I'll do that manually because I don't want to wait for 50 seconds. I refresh. And as you can see, I have that page, the next tweet. I refresh once again. And I have the next tweet, and I also have the picture. Let's approve the other ones. This one with the video, and I also have one with the YouTube link. Refresh once again. Wait for 4 seconds. This is just a normal tweet with just text. Refresh once again. This is the one with the YouTube video. It won't play the video, so it won't start automatically. Refresh once again, and this will be with the GIF file, which is actually an MP3.4, and I will show the code in just a minute. And that's it. That was the example. What I will do now is make another search. So we go back here. Let's make another search. As you can see here, if I refresh the posts, we only get the last two, because each time that you approve one or you block one, for example, let's block this one. You don't want to show this one. You block it. And now if I refresh, you only get the last one, because each time that you block a tweet, it will go to a list. And when you search for the new posts, it will compare. If the ID of that tweet is already blocked, it won't show it to you because you don't want to have a full list with all the blocked tweets. And the same with approve. If you already approved the tweet, it won't appear on the list anymore. So you don't show it 2 times. So let's make another search, and now I'll show you how to insert this onto your OBS. So let's make the same search, because if you start a new search, in this case, it will show you once again all the tweets. Let's play the time, maybe yes, 20 seconds is okay. Yes, okay, search. So these are the same, but in this case, instead of opening the preview page, I will copy that link. And now I will go to my OBS, and let's delete this. In order, well, I won't delete, but I will create a new one. So just create a new block, and the source of your video will be from a navigator, from a browser. So here, let's give it a name. Twitter, and in the source you'll place that link. You can give it the size and click accept. And now this block, as you can see, is transparent because the white here on my website, the white part will appear as transparent. But as you can see, we don't have nothing yet because I haven't approved any tweet. So let's approve all the tweets. Sorry, this is the code that I will show in a moment. Let's approve, I don't know, maybe this one first, this one, and this one. So now if I go back to the OBS, as you can see, I have my tweet here. This has no text. Oh yes, it has the text. I don't know why the text appears later. But as you can see, this will be the screen that you are live streaming. And let's just wait for 20 seconds and you will see how that tweet will change automatically to the next one. And when you are out of tweets, you won't see anything on the page. So each time that someone approves in the other room a tweet, you will get that here. So you can make your live stream. People could post with your hashtag. Let's just wait. There you go, the next tweet. I'm not sure why the text will appear after a while. That's new for me. I'm not sure if this is just bad luck. When I've made this test before, the text was appearing at the same time as the block of the tweet. So let's just wait for the next tweet with a picture or a YouTube video. We wait for 4 seconds because if you don't have a little bit of time between the tweets, it will be ugly. So as you can see, 4 seconds, we get the next tweet. So that's it. You can even place this wherever you want, but don't place it on top of other parts, because when you have a tweet with a picture, it will be a little bit bigger. So what I do is place it here on the corner. So right now, as you can see, let's just wait 4 seconds more, and now we'll get the next tweet, and that's it with the example. I will show you the API from Twitter and how to get the data. And that's it. This is the last tweet. And once the list is empty, it won't show anything here, so you'll have to go back to your website, refresh the post and approve more. So if you put the time, for example 60 seconds, which is a minute, and approve like 10 of these posts, you will be sure that for at least 10 minutes you won't have problems and you don't want to approve any more posts. So maybe during your live stream you come back in 10 minutes, you approve some more, maybe in 5 more minutes you approve some more, and like that you always have the tweets on your website, and with that, in that way you can engage with your public. Okay, so let's talk about the code. What I use is Adobe Dreamweaver to make the code, and the important part which I will have to blur is this here, because this is my API code and I don't want to share this. So when I will edit the code, the video, I'll blur this. And yes, if we go back to this site, so this is the Twitter API code. This is the Twitter API explanation, what each part will do. And as you can see, you can get all the parts of the code and what will do each one. For example, the count, as I told you, it's a maximum of 100. It can search for more than 100 tweets. You have the hashtag, which I think is the Q. Yes, is the Q. And you have the until, so you can place even a date, between what dates you want to get the tweets, and that's it. So basically the code that I've shown you before, which I will blur in the edit process, is like this one here. So each time you access this code with your API, you have to create an API first, which is very easy. Go to Twitter API, register, place your email, and you have to explain why you want that API. For example, I want to create an app, blah blah blah, and they will give your code, your authentication number, and a secret code, which is the thing that I was blurring in the other code. And then you place that here, and with this you can get all the tweets. So once you are executing this part of the code, this is the response that you get. So as you can see, this is well structured, but you don't get it like this. For example, I go here and refresh this page. This is another page that I'm using here on my local host. So for example, for the same tweets as before, we have a lot of error lines because there are some tweets that don't have a picture and I want to access that picture, but it doesn't exist. So we don't care about these lines. What we care is about this response. As you can see, this is what you get for all the tweets. For example, let's see, for example, this tweet here. This is how NASA designed blah blah blah. So if we go here in this array, as you can see, we have the full text is equal to, this is how NASA blah blah blah. So from this response, you have to cut only this part, which is the text, the full text of the tweet. How we do that in the code? Well, as you can see, it is well structured. So for example, you want to get only the text of that tweet. Once you get the response, you save it in a variable, and then that variable will be like an array. So you can access each part of the array just by placing, for example, full text, the text. Let's just find for full text where it is. I can find it now. Anyway, if we go in the code, as you can see, I'm making the access to the API, then I get the response, and actually, yes, I get the response, and for each response, I place it in the tweet. And this variable will be the array that will have all that data, all this data that I've shown you before. This amount of data, this is for only 5 tweets. Imagine if you search for 100 tweets. Imagine how much text you will have. Anyway, since it's very easy to get lost into this text, we use this. For example, if you want to get the text, you get a full text. If you want to get the picture, you will get, I'm not sure where the picture is. Anyway, let's go back to the code. So for example, we have saved all that text inside of this variable, and now if I want to get the name of the user, all I want to place is the tweet, the array tweet, what position, the position user, and then the position name. Why? Because if we go back to the Twitter API, for example, once you get this response, which is huge, let's go up. This response, which is huge, you have to go into user and then name. Why? Because let's just search for user. As you can see, this is the user, and then you go inside of this array, which is an array user. We have the tag name. So for that name will be this one, which is this is the name of the person that made the tweet. If we go back, as you can see, is by, this is the name. So that's how easy you can get the name. As you can see here, inside of the response, we have the status, and so we have to search for user. I'm not sure if I will find it. User, created add, entities, metadata, source, user. Inside of the user array, we have the name. So in this case, it will be NASA because this is just for as an example. But in case of my name, for example, Electronoobs, it will appear as posted by Electronoobs. So with this line, you can get the name of the person that made the Twitter. The full text, as I showed you before, is the text of the tweet. If you want to get the profile picture, for example, you go to user, but instead of playing name, you place a profile image. Let's just make an example here. This is the response that I've get. Let's just search for profile picture, and as you can see, the profile picture will give you a link. So they will give you this link, and if I copy this link and paste it in another site, as you can see, this is the profile picture of that person that made the tweet here. As you can see, this is the profile picture. So you save this link in another part of your code, you save it here in the profile pic, and all you have to do then is to show it as a picture. For example, profile picture, an image, and you echo that in PHP, that variable that you have just stored, and you get the picture of that user. In the same way, you can save the picture of the tweet. This is the media picture, the picture that he has or she has tweeted. You save the tweet ID, and this is very important to save the tweet ID, because if you want to block it or approve it, you will use that tweet ID. So you will save that in another database, and in the next search, if you detect that that tweet ID is already blocked, you won't show it anymore. And also, if you detect that the tweet is not just a picture, maybe it's a GIF file or an MP3 file, you save the video as well using these lines here. So in this case, for example, if you post a GIF file, Twitter will automatically transform that into an MP4. So you save that video here. And then the post could also be a YouTube link. So as you can see here, if we go back to that response, which is huge, and let's just say search for YouTube. As you can see, one of the posts has a YouTube link, and the YouTube link is this one here. As you can see, it's quite large, but the part that we want from this link is not the channel, is not this data here, is not the C equal to, we don't care about the channel. All we care is about the link of that video, which is coming after the watch $V equal to, and this here is the link of the video that I want. Actually, no, this here. So what is after the watch $V equal to and before this end mark? This is the link of our video. So what we will do is to get all this link, and then we'll use the explode function to cut this link here and get only the part that we need, which is this one in the middle. How we do that? Well, in PHP we use the explode function. So once we have the entire link, let's just copy that because it will be easier to understand. This is the entire link that the API will give us. We go here, let's just comment. So this is the link, and what I want is to cut this link here. So that's why I'm using the explode function, and I'm telling to the explode function where I want to cut it. I want to cut it exactly when I detect a watch $V equal to. So right here. So that will give me, let's just delete this, will give me these two parts, this one and this one. I don't want the first part, which is on the position 0. I want the second part, which will be on the position 1. That's why I make the second cut on the position 1 of the first text. And in this case, where I want to cut? Where I want to cut, where I first find the first question mark. That's why I place here in the explode function this, not question mark, this end mark. So this will cut the text here, so let's just delete that and make a space, and that will give me just the link of the video. So once I have this link of the video, I save that into this YouTube format, this YouTube variable, and then I take this YouTube variable and echo that with PHP inside of an inserted video. So if you go here back, if I detect that the type is YouTube, I make a iframe of the YouTube video, which is the same part that YouTube will give you when you want to insert a video. And I echo that inside here of the link, and that's how I'm showing the videos in case that the post is a video. So that's pretty much it. If you want to get any other part from Twitter, as you can see, we have a lot of parts. For example, you can take the date when the post was made, the ID of the tweet, which is very important. You can get the text or the full text. You can get from the entities the hashtag that you have used, the symbols, the mentions. If you have some mentions, you can take that as well. In my case, I only want, let's just see the example, let's approve this and slide this. I only want to take the name of the user, the picture, the text, and the media. For example, this is the name of the user, this is the picture of the user, this is the text they have tweeted with the hashtag, and also the picture, which in this case this tweet doesn't have, but let's approve this one, which is a YouTube video, and refresh the page, wait for 4 seconds, and you will see that I have the name, the text, yes, the name, the text, the profile picture, and the media, which could be a picture, which could be a YouTube video, or a GIF file, which is a video. So that's it. Inside of the code, if I detect that the type of the tweet is a picture, I show that as a picture. If I detect that is a video, I show that in 3 format of videos: MP4, WebM, and OGG. And if your browser doesn't support any of this, you will get this message here, because maybe you are using a browser that doesn't support video format. And if the type is YouTube, well, I insert that in an iframe, and that's it. At the same time, I'm making an echo of the name, an echo of the profile picture, and an echo of the text. So that's pretty much it. We have a lot of more code to approve and remove that from the database, which is basically, let me just open that code, so I'll show you that in just a moment. I have it here. It includes tweet block, for example. This is the code to block the tweet. So as you can see, it through a post method, I'm getting all the data for that tweet, which is the search ID, because each search will have an ID. If we go back to my website, as you can see, I have searched this one, and if I preview here, is the search 7. But if I now make another search, tweet slide, and let's just search for NASA, for example. Let me close that. So this, if I now click preview, as you can see, it will be search 8. Let's just wait for those 4 seconds. So this is search 8. In this way, each user will be related with a search, and each search will have their tweets, because you don't want to block a tweet in search 8 and also be blocked in search 9, for example, because in that way we make the blocked only for that search. That's why each time that you search once again, you get all the posts once again. If you only want to eliminate the post for your search, you don't have to search once again using this tweet slide, but you have to refresh these posts. Otherwise, you will create another search. So yes, I'm getting the data for that tweet. And first of all, I'm checking the block. I'm checking here the block database from my website to see if that tweet is already blocked. If it's already blocked, that means the row count will be more than 0, because they found one example, one ID in that database. So if the row count is bigger than 0, which means that we already have that tweet block, we don't do nothing. But if the row count is not bigger than 0, that means that tweet is not blocked yet. Then we insert into tweet block into that database. We insert the ID, the created ad, because what I want is each 7 days to delete all the databases, because as I told you before, these posts are only for 7 days ago. So anyway, I don't want to fill my entire database with searches that you will never use again. So that's why each 7 days I will delete all the data that we have on the databases. So that's it. If you want to approve the tweet, which is this other code, you get the ID, you search the tweets once again, and then you insert into the database everything about that tweet. the search ID, the tweet ID, the name, the text, the profile picture, everything that we have created in the other code. You insert it in a database in order to show it on the preview page, which is this page here. But as you can see, we don't see nothing because I haven't approved anything. So that's it. I will leave you below this page here. So if you want something different, if you want any other URL, any other picture, just go through this. And as you can see with the API, you can get a lot of data from Twitter and you can create your own code. And if you want to use this, just go to Electronoobs, you go to search, to tweet slide, you search for, I don't know, happy, yes, happy for example, and in that way you can place all the tweets with happy, but you can create your own hashtag to be very original. For example, I don't know, in my case, maybe I will place something like Electro News. So each time that someone posts here something with Electro News, you will see that. So each time that you approve this, you can copy this link, you go to your OBS page, you paste that link here, in this case was search 9, you paste that link here, and then all you have to do is to go and approve the link, the posts, and those will appear automatically on your OBS Livestream. And that's it. As you can see, we can already see the links, the tweets, and just start using it. By the way, this is a new tool. Maybe, I'm pretty sure that you will find some problems. So each time that you find something, post it below, and in that way I can improve it. For example, a few moments ago I find a problem with the count, because if you block something, that will won't appear to you, but the the code will take it into account. So if the tweet count is for 10 and you have blocked 2, you will only get 8 results left, but you want to still get 10. So that was a problem that I have to solve. And if you find any other problem with the website, please comment below. So that's it for this week. I have there, I'm not sure if you can see it. Anyway, I have a new 3D printer. Actually, let me just show it to you because it's huge and awesome. So this here is another 3D printer based on resin, but this, as you know, resin printers are quite small, maybe just 10 centimeters wide, but this one is a lot bigger. It's using a 4K screen, so we have a lot of resolution, and actually, as you can see, they send it with Electronoobs on top of it. So this is personalized for me. So maybe soon I will take it out and create some project with this. Actually, I want to make a gear for a stepper motor and create a robot arm. And I think it will be a lot better to use this kind of printer for more resolution, because I want to make the system to use bearings and so on. So with normal FDM printer, you can get very good precision. So yes, stay tuned for this as well. And maybe this week or the next week, I'll post a video with the drone and the Watch X based drone, Arduino based drone. No, the drone is the Telo drone, but the Watch X is based on the Arduino, and so on. One more thing I wanted to show you, and that will be the new format for electronoobs.io to post your projects. For example, let's just post a new tutorial. You go here, and as you can see, to post a tutorial right now is like a form, and this is, for me, is very ugly. I mean, I've made this because I wanted to make it fast, but now I've changed that, and now in order to post a tutorial, it will be in a more visual way. It's not ready yet because it's still on the development side. And once I have all the problem fixed, I will upload that new format and you will be able to post your tutorials in a more visual way. Let me just show you the dev version of my website, which is this one. We have to log in. Okay. And now, as you can see, instead of going to, I just close that. Instead of going to the tutorial post, we go to the new tutorial post. For example, this is tutorial 1. So as you can see, this is the edit mode. We have all these parts here. So instead of just filling a form, imagine that you want to edit this part here. All you have to do is to click edit description. And here we add laugh out loud, for example. Laugh out loud, and save the description, and automatically it will scroll back to the place that you were before. And as you can see, it saved the description. So we have these parts for each block. So for example, you want to add at the end of the tutorial, you want to add a new block here. For example, you want to add some more text. As you can see, you can select if you want to add a title, which is this one here. If you want to add a new paragraph, which is this one here. If you want to add a downloaded file, which is this here, a button to download that file, a zip file. You can add code, which actually is this one here, so it will be in a code format. You can add a gallery up to 4 pictures. As you can see, this is something that we don't have in the other part. I think this tutorial doesn't have a gallery anyway. What more you can add? A photo, a YouTube link, an AdSense. This is just for me. This is if you want to place an ad between these blocks. So if you are a normal user, you won't see this, only if you are an administrator. And also you can add a quote, which is special to place those quotes and place a text from, I don't know, maybe Einstein. So that's it. Let's just say that you want to add once again a title. We add a title, new title. New title, we save it, and then the page will automatically scroll back to that title. So as you can see, we have a new title, and then just copy paste this one, copy, and just add a new paragraph. So as you can see, posting a tutorial is a lot more visual now because you see the tutorial all the time. As you can see, we have that part, and if you want to change the position, all you have to do is to click this arrow, and as you can see, we have the title and then the paragraph. If you want first the paragraph and then the title, all you have to do is to click this arrow here. So this was a lot of work for me, months of work, because I'm not that good with PHP. I'm getting better and better. But as you can see now, the paragraph is before the title. And if I click this once again, it will switch the position once again. So each time that you have a small error here, it will be very easy to correct that. I'll make a full video about this when I'll post the new version and show you all the new parts, because we have a lot more parts for the website. And I hope that this website will get better and better, and you will start using it. You can post your tutorials. All you have to do is to create an account using your mail and a password. I'm not asking for more. So you will have that in just 1 minute. You approve the mail, you confirm the mail with your mail service, and then you can post tutorial projects, you can see your drafts, and also you can use the forum. So if you go to the forum, you see I get a lot of questions on my Facebook page, Instagram, maybe like 20 questions a day, and I don't have time for that. Also, I never answer questions on my mail. Sometimes if the questions is come for this forum or from the shop, because that is very important for me to answer and to have all my users to be happy. But if you want to get in contact with me with a question about a project, use the comments in the video of my YouTube channel, or even better, use this forum. So if you have a question about microcontrollers, you get here, you create a new question, a new topic, and in that way I can answer, others could answer, we can help, we can share photos with the project, we can share code. So that's why I always recommend you to use the forum. So that's it, guys. I know this video seems a little bit boring. I hope that you enjoy it, and yes, that's it for now. Click like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Check me on Facebook, on Instagram. You can also see my Patreon page. You can see my merch if you want to buy something like this with Electronoops or any other t-shirts. And that's it. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.